welcome to Jaipur, where pink palaces, wild traffic, and royal history collide. This city is pure energy. We're hitting the iconic forts, exploring the city palace, diving into the old bazaars, and finding the best local food spots. This one's gonna be good. Day 1. Northeast Jaipur. Morning. Panna ka Kund. Kick off your morning at Panna ka Kund in Amar village, a quick 20-minute drive from the center if you beat the rush. This 16th century step wall is a total visual flex, famous for its mind-bending symmetry of its golden yellow staircases. The draw here is the dizzying geometric pattern of the zigzagging steps. While most North Indian wells use moody gray stone, this one feels bright and textured. Back in the day, these weren't just for water, they were social hubs where people escaped the heat. Today, it's all about the perspective. The way the shadows hit the stairs makes the place look like a real-life optical illusion. The gates open around 7 a.m., though the guard's arrival can be a bit flexible. Officially, you aren't supposed to climb down the stairs anymore, but if the site is empty, the staff might occasionally look the other way. It's free to visit and takes about 20 minutes. Walk the upper perimeter to see the structure from every angle before the tour buses roll in. It's the perfect, quiet warm-up before tackling the massive scale of the Amber Fort just up the road. Amber Fort. From the stepwell, head straight up to Amber Fort. Try to get through the gates as close to 8 a.m. opening as possible. This is Jaipur's heavy hitter, and the crowds here are no joke once the midday heat kicks in. The fort dates back to 1592 and is a massive sandstone flex of Rajput and Mughal architecture. It's built on 11th century ruins and sits as a UNESCO World Heritage Site today. The design is wild. You'll see delicate Hindu carvings sitting right next to those sharp, classic Islamic arches. Inside, the complex is split into 4 massive courtyards. Walk through the Ganesh Pole gateway and head for the Maharaja's private apartments in the 3rd courtyard. The scale of the palace sections is incredible, so don't rush the interior rooms. Entry for foreign visitors is around $7, and they do offer a solid discount if you have a valid student ID. While the climb up to the fort is famous, skip the elephant rides. They're controversial and unnecessary when the walk up the ramp offers way better views of the Maota Lake below. Insider tip. Most people miss the underground tunnel that connects Amber Fort to Jaigarh Fort next door. It was built as a secret escape route for the royal family in case of an attack. It's a long, silent, eerie walk, but it's the best way to bypass the traffic on the main road if you're planning to visit both forts in one go. Late morning. Jal Mahal. On your way back toward the city, make a quick stop at Jal Mahal. This is the famous water palace sitting right in the middle of Mansagar Lake, and the backstory is actually cooler than the view. Built in the 1750s as a royal hunting lodge rather than a home, this palace is a 5-story architectural anomaly. When the lake is full, 4 of those floors are completely submerged, leaving only the top level floating on the water. It's a strange, beautiful sight, especially with the rugged Nahargarh Hills framing the background. You can't actually go inside, it's been closed to the public for years, so don't let any guides convince you they can get you a boat ride out there. This is strictly a roadside stop. Pull over, stretch your legs, and grab the view from the paved promenade. Insider tip. Ignore the overpriced snack vendors directly in front of the palace. Instead, look for the local vendors selling fresh coconut water further down the walkway. It's the safest, most hydrating move you can make before hitting the dust and chaos of the city center for lunch. Afternoon. Lunch at the Rajput Room. Head back toward the city to refuel. For a meal set inside genuine royal history, book a table at the Rajput Room within the Rambagh Palace. This was once a primary royal residence, and the old world atmosphere is intense. Think soaring ceilings, crystal chandeliers, and gleaming marble floors. The menu offers a sophisticated mix of Indian heritage dishes and continental classics. It's a formal high-end experience where the service is as sharp as the architecture. If you want something less stiff, Samod Haveli offers a similar historic vibe, while Handi is the local go-to for traditional grilled meats. For a great meal that supports a local social mission, Kitchen with a Cause is a fantastic modern alternative. Expect to spend between $40 and $65 per person for a full lunch here. It provides a much-needed break from the midday sun before you dive back into the city's landmarks. Late afternoon, Gatore Ki Chatriyan. After lunch, head to the foothills of Nahargarh Fort to find Gatore Ki Chatriyan. This site serves as a royal cremation ground for the Maharajas of Jaipur. Forget the typical graveyard vibe. These grounds feature a collection of marble and sandstone cenotaphs that look more like miniature palaces. The craftsmanship is the main draw. Intricate carvings, massive domed roofs, and delicate lattice work cover the monuments. Because the site sits tucked away from the main tourist circuit, it feels much quieter than the forts. You can actually have the space to walk through the structures without fighting a crowd. Entry costs roughly $1.25. Take your time with the stonework, as each memorial reflects the specific architectural taste of the ruler it honors. It's a low-stress stop that offers a solid break from the city's usual noise. Evening, dinner at the Peacock Rooftop Restaurant. For dinner, head to the Hotel Pearl Palace to eat at the Peacock Rooftop Restaurant. This multi-level terrace features vibrant tile work and greenery, providing a great view of the city lights and Hathroy Fort. The atmosphere is high energy and feels worlds away from the street chaos below. The menu offers a solid mix of North Indian staples and international dishes. Order the lal mas, a fiery Rajasthani mutton curry that defines the region's flavors, or the paneer butter masala for something rich and creamy. Their stuffed naan is also a standout. A full meal with drinks usually runs between $15 and $25. The tables fill up fast, so try to arrive before 8 p.m. rush to snag a seat on the upper deck. Day 2. Central and South Jaipur. Morning, Hawa Mahal. Start your second day at the Hawa Mahal in the center of the Pink City. Built in 1799 as a royal extension to the city palace, this 5-story pink sandstone facade is the ultimate icon of Jaipur. The honeycomb exterior features 953 tiny windows called jarokas, designed so royal women could watch street festivals without anyone catching a glimpse of them. The doors open at 9 a.m. and entry for foreign visitors costs around $2.40. While you can go inside, the interior is surprisingly narrow and plain compared to the grand exterior. Most people find that the best view is actually from the street level, where you can appreciate the scale of the lattice work. If you want a seat, the small cafes directly across the road provide a perfect vantage point for photos. It's a quick stop, so you'll only need about 30 minutes here before the midday traffic takes over the narrow roads. Late morning, City Palace. From Hawa Mahal, walk a few minutes to the City Palace. The gates open at 9:30 a.m., and arriving early is the only way to beat the heavy crowds. This massive complex sits right in the center of the old city grid and still functions as the official home of Jaipur's royal family. The layout is a series of grand courtyards and galleries with bold color contrasts and patterned marble floors. You have 2 main ticket options, a basic entry or a steep $30 upgrade to see the Chandra Mahal. That premium ticket is the only way to access private royal sections, including the famous blue and white rooms. If you stick to the standard ticket, focus on the Pritam Niwas Chowk, a courtyard with 4 incredible gates representing the seasons. Standard entry costs about $8.40. Don't miss the Diwan Ikas, the Hall of Private Audience, which holds 2 massive silver jars that are officially the largest in the world. Insider tip. Right next door is Jantar Mantar, a 1700s astronomical observatory. If you plan to see both, look for a composite ticket at the counter. It's a much cheaper way to bundle several city landmarks into one pass rather than paying separate fees at every gate. Afternoon, lunch at Cafe Palladio. Head to Cafe Palladio for a visual break from the city. This spot is famous for its striking Italian meets colonial Indian design, featuring deep blue walls and sunny yellow floral patterns. It's easily one of the most photographed dining rooms in Jaipur. The menu shifts away from heavy North Indian curries, focusing instead on Mediterranean and Italian dishes like meze platters, fresh pasta, and falafel. If you prefer staying local, skip this for a street food crawl through the old town to find pyaz kachori and other traditional snacks. A meal here typically costs between $18 and $30. Use the relaxed, airy atmosphere to recharge before you dive back into the market chaos. Johari Bazaar. After lunch, walk straight into Johari Bazaar, one of the oldest and most chaotic markets in the Pink City. The buildings here carry that signature dusty pink tone, and the narrow lanes are packed with jewelry shops, textile vendors, and stalls selling leather juttis, which are traditional pointed shoes. Jaipur is the global hub for gemstones and block-printed fabrics, and this market is the best place to see both. Shop fronts sit shoulder to shoulder, and vendors will definitely try to wave you in as you pass by. It's loud, crowded, and intense, so keep a grip on your belongings and do not be afraid to walk away if a deal does not feel right. Bargaining's part of the game here. If you're not cutting their first price by at least 40 or 50% to start, you're overpaying. Move slowly, stay hydrated, and embrace the sensory overload. Late afternoon, Galtaji Temple. From the Pink City, drive about 20 minutes east into the Aravali Hills to reach Galtaji Temple. This ancient Hindu pilgrimage site is tucked between steep, rocky cliffs and feels like something out of an adventure movie. The complex features several temples and a series of sacred water tanks called Kunds, which are fed by natural mountain springs. You'll see pilgrims bathing in the pools, but the real stars of the show are the hundreds of monkeys that have completely taken over the grounds. They're the reason most people just call it the Monkey Temple. Keep your food hidden and your sunglasses secure, as these locals are experts at snatching loose items. There's no official entry fee, though you might be asked to pay about $1.20 if you're carrying a professional camera. Since this is an active religious site, make sure your shoulders and knees are covered. Try to head back before total darkness hits, as the mountain road back into Jaipur is not well lit. Evening, Jawahar Circle and Patrika Gate. Finish your second day at Jawahar Circle to see the colorful Patrika Gate. While Jawahar Circle is technically a massive traffic roundabout, the inside holds a large public garden. The main draw is Patrika Gate, a wildly vibrant entrance where every pillar and archway tells a story about different regions and eras of Rajasthan's history. Every square inch of the gate is covered in hand-painted artwork in geometric patterns. It's located about a 20-minute drive south of the Pink City, and entry to the garden is free. Walk through the gate slowly so you can catch the details on the ceilings and the hidden murals within the arches. The park stays busy with locals during the evening, giving it a great community feel. If you happen to be there on a Sunday around 7 p.m., you can catch a musical fountain show in the center of the garden. It's a laid-back way to wind down before you head out for your final dinner in the city. Dinner at Saffron. For a high-end final meal, head to Saffron inside the Jaipur Marriott, right across from the Jawahar Circle. This spot is known for its polished atmosphere and live Indian instrumental music, offering a more refined break from the city's busy streets. The menu focuses on authentic North Indian and Rajasthani flavors. Order the saffron paneer tikka or their signature lal mas, a rich and spicy mutton curry. Their dal makhani is also a standout, slow-cooked for hours to reach a perfect, creamy consistency. Expect to spend between $35 and $50 for a full dinner for two. It's a popular choice for a more upscale experience, so try to book a table ahead of time if you're coming straight from the fountain show. Useful info for spending 2 days in Jaipur. Best time to visit Jaipur. For the best experience, aim for October, November, or February. These months offer the ideal climate for all-day sightseeing, with daytime temperatures usually sitting between 18 and 27 degrees Celsius or 65 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid May and June, as temperatures frequently climb above 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit, making outdoor activities nearly impossible. While December and January are cheaper, expect heavy morning fog and surprisingly cold nights that can slow down your itinerary. City airport tips. Jaipur International Airport is located about 12 kilometers or 7 miles from the city center. While it's smaller than Delhi's hub, it's efficient. Your best bet for getting into town is using the Uber or Ola apps. A car to the Pink City or a main hotel district usually costs between $4 and $7. Avoid the freelance drivers waiting near the exit. They often use your hotel is closed trick to redirect you to commission-based shops. If you prefer a traditional taxi, only use the official prepaid taxi booth located just outside the terminal to ensure you pay the government-set rate. Where to stay in Jaipur? The Pink City is perfect if you want to be in the middle of the action. You'll be steps away from the major bazaars and the Hawa Mahal. High-quality heritage stays here typically run between $70 and $120 per night. It's noisy and crowded, but the convenience is unbeatable. Bani Park is a great alternative for a more relaxed feel. This neighborhood is famous for its heritage hotels, restored mansions that offer a royal vibe without the street chaos. Prices here generally sit between $50 and $90. It's only a 10-minute rickshaw ride from the old city. For a luxury experience, stay in the Rambagh or Mansingh Circle areas. This is where you'll find the city's premier palace hotels and high-end security. Rooms in these 5-star heritage properties usually run $250 to $600 per night. How to get around Jaipur? Jaipur is more compact than Delhi, but you still need transport between the forts and the center. For short trips within the city, use auto rickshaws. Drivers rarely use meters, so negotiate before you get in. A short hop should cost about $1.20, while longer rides across town are around $3. The Jaipur Metro is clean and fast, but its single line currently only covers certain parts of the city. It's great for getting from the outskirts toward the old city, but does not reach the forts. For trips to Amber Fort or Nahagar, stick to Uber or Ola. A 30-minute ride to the forts usually costs between $5 and $8. Never rent your own car. The narrow lanes and erratic traffic make driving a nightmare for visitors. Where to eat in Jaipur? Jaipur's food scene is a mix of fiery Rajasthani spices, royal thalis, and hidden courtyard gems. For a truly local experience, head to 1135 AD inside Amber Fort. This stunning space features gold leaf ceilings and silver furniture, making you feel like royalty. They specialize in traditional Rajasthani dishes like jungli mas or gata curry. It's one of the most atmospheric spots in the city, with a full meal costing between $40 and $60. For a high-end night out, book a table at the Rajput Room at the Rambagh Palace. This is the gold standard for luxury dining, overlooking gardens where peacocks roam. They focus on perfect Indian and continental classics. It's a major splurge, with a meal running between $70 and $100 per person. Finally, for a killer vegetarian spot, find Lakshmi Mistan Bhandar in Johari Bazaar. This legendary eatery has served authentic Rajasthani food for decades. Order the Rajasthani thali to try a bit of everything. It's a bustling local favorite and a total steal at around $12 to $20 for a massive feast. That's a wrap on 48 Hours in the Pink City. We've navigated everything from the windswept windows of Hawa Mahal to the vibrant geometric arches of Patrika Gate. If these hacks made your trip easier, show some love by hitting the like and subscribing to the channel. Ready for the next chapter? Click here to follow us into Nepal, where the desert dust turns into mountain mist as we explore the roof of the world and the deep culture of the Everest region.